Welcome to my second YouTube video. I'm happy you're here. In case you didn't notice, I got a little microphone, which I said I would do last video, so I accomplished my task. So today I really wanted to just paint and talk. This is only my second video, so I kind of wanted to give a little bit more information about myself, and I wanted to talk about my experience in Italy a little bit, how I was able to study there, why I'm back here now in the States. I just kind of want this to be just a cozy paint and talk session. I also want to talk you through my painting process a little bit. I'm working on this commission that's behind me currently of a mermaid. Honestly, one of my favorite commissions I've done in a long time. Specifically because it's something that I would normally paint on my free time. I'm excited because it's also for somebody in my family. Like, I treat my paintings very much as my children. I just spend so many hours on them that it's hard for me to give them away. But also I'm very grateful to be making money off of my paintings and having commissions. Before I begin anything, I desperately need a coffee, so I'm gonna make that real quick and then we'll get started. I'm going to light some incense. I've been doing this a lot lately just because I love the smell, especially because I leave my window open. It smells like a campfire in here because it makes me feel refreshed and like resetting. Jesus Christ. I need to put this down. I talk with my hands too much. It's on my face. My iPad is so dirty. It's still so dirty. I'm so sorry. This is what we're working with. This is the mock-up I made. It's my reference image. I think today I'm going to work on the tail, start detailing the outer shell. For the medium that I've been using, that I've been really enjoying lately, is I've been mixing part Gamsol and part Galkyd. I kind of just eyeball it. I'm sure there's like an exact measurement that you could follow. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like it, especially when you're doing detail work like a pattern or something, the paint will last a lot longer when it's mixed in with that. I just wanted to show you real quick what I am working with. This is day 3 of working on this now, so I think I'm going to start adding in more details, so I'm very excited. I think specifically around the water, because that's pretty much dry now, so I think while the rest of the center is drying, I can start adding in. So in the year of 2020, I decided I wanted to go to art school. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do yet. I took 2 years off after high school, so I had plenty of time to think about it. There's a whole stigma around taking gap years, but it was truly the best thing I could have done. Around this time, my dad got a job in Seattle, so I ended up moving there with my family, and that's when I discovered Cornist College of the Arts in Seattle, Washington, and that was where I would be attending school for the next 2 years, not 4. Things definitely changed. My time there was really amazing. I met some of my best friends. So great meeting artists. I loved being a part of group critiques. I feel like I grew so much as an artist and figuring out what I wanted to do. Especially technically, Cornist is a really good school to learn technical skill. I could talk a lot more about Cornist, but by the time that season of my life ended, it was because I had always wanted to live in Italy and my school didn't offer a study abroad program. So I had to make a lot of decisions in figuring out what I wanted to do for the rest of my time in college, if I wanted to stay in Seattle or try to figure out a way to study in Italy. I figured it out. It was really difficult process. I did a ton of research, and the only school I found that I could finish my degree in was through a school called Cornist College. Cornist has a program where they are in conjunction with Instituto Lorenzo De Medici, which is the school in Italy. It offers a lot of study abroad opportunities, including doing your bachelor's degree. I made the decision to transfer all my credits over, which was honestly the hardest part. That and the visa were the hardest part. It was the best decision I could have made. I was nervous about it because I was like, shit, I'm letting go of this really good college degree at the school in Seattle, but I had my good 2 years, and honestly, I was very sick of Seattle. I was ready to move. I hated the weather. So I was just over it. I was ready to move on. I always wanted to live in Italy. School felt like the best opportunity for me to live in Italy because it's hard to do unless you're studying or have found a way to work there. I moved there with one of my best friends, Tori. I recommend it because I truly had the time of my life, and I met so many people and was able to see so many countries. I spent 2 years there. The education there was very different than what it was at Cornish. Cornish was where I learned technical skill. Like, I really honed in on composition, lighting, and then in Florence, that was where I really, really got interested in art history. Some of the classes that I took when I was in Florence were history of prostitution, which is still one of the best classes that I've ever taken. I had an amazing professor, Cecilia, one of my Italian professors. I just took a ton of art history, and it felt very different because I was taking these classes and then we would go and explore the actual pieces of art that we were studying, because obviously Florence was, the birth of the Renaissance, so there's tons of art there. My art history classes at Cornish, I feel like I don't remember much because I wasn't being immersed as much as I was in Florence. I love contemporary art. I'm a contemporary artist, so I think a big part of my practice now revolves around the historical art that I learned about and continue to learn about in my own time, and the stories of the women that I learned, and it was just super cool to see. That's what I missed the most of living abroad, was going to museums and seeing all the art and the paintings, and it was just so exciting. If anybody is interested in a more in-depth video of me talking more about that and my experience in Florence, let me know, because I could totally make a whole series of adventures and just things that happened in the last 2 years. To kind of fast forward to where I'm at now, I graduated in 2024. It was a beautiful experience. In Florence, instead of wearing a graduation cap, I think they do this all throughout Italy, but you wear like a wreath, like a flower crown essentially. Before I moved there, that sold me because I hate graduation caps. Like, I don't look good in them. They make my hair flat, which is my least favorite thing. After that, we traveled around a little bit as a family. I got to meet my family in Cosenza, Italy, which I hadn't met them the whole time I was in Florence because it's really hard to get there. While I was in Florence, my dad got a job in Idaho, and so my parents moved here while I was abroad, and I was not the happiest about it. They're in a suburban town, farm town. It's growing on me. It's really beautiful. There's a lot of animals. It's very change of pace. I knew I would end up being back here post-grad because I can't really afford to be anywhere else, which is a big part of why I'm actually starting this YouTube channel. I really want to get more invested in myself and investing in my brand and my company. I'm also going to be opening my print shop soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'm making prints of a lot of my paintings. There's obviously pluses and negatives to every situation. I'm grateful that I have this amazing home studio that I get to create in, and I have so much room to spread out, which post-grad can be very scary, and I think a lot of people who might be watching this could relate to that. I think it's a very unknown time, but I also think it's a really exciting time because you finally have the time you can take to put towards yourself and what you really want to do, and that's exactly what I'm doing and why I started this channel. So yeah, it's really exciting actually. Like, my life is the whole 180. Like, I don't have as much going on obviously, but I'm also saving up to invest in myself for the future, and I'm just excited to like put my story and my art out on YouTube and build a community on here too. Like, I want to have a little community of people that I can talk about art with and about being in your 20s and being a woman and the female experience. I think there's a lot that we can cover. So yeah, I have a lot of ideas and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really excited about starting this channel because I think it's very outside my comfort zone, and I think that's how I felt when I was going to Italy. I was very outside of my comfort zone, but I was also really excited about it. I had the best feeling about it. I had a really strong gut feeling about it, and that's kind of how I feel about this. So if you're interested in my journey to come and you want to learn more about art, you want to learn different techniques, you want to learn about Italy, really anything in the realm of what I talked about today plus more, please subscribe, and I would love to have you. I would love if you were a part of this little community that I'm slowly but surely building. So I'm gonna keep painting. If you want to be a part of this community, don't be shy. This is what I look like right now.